All right, today it's Fixie for 5, day number 2, and I had to wear my cargo shorts. My elderly next door neighbor lady, she asked me if I could take her to her physical therapy, and I always help her when I can. You know, I'm a good neighbor. I want to be a good neighbor, and you know, she tries to pay me. I ain't going to take money for that. That's just not in my thing. But anyway, it's a great woman. She'll probably make me some peanut butter cookies. She always does. She knows I like them. So anyway, but in the process, couldn't wear it on my belt because taking her to physical therapy and waiting for her in the patient area, waiting room. They're not gonna like to see that on your hip. So it rides right in my cargo shorts, in my cargo pocket on my cargo shorts, just fine. Anyway, coming to and from, went past a few garage sales and a couple of estate sales. So when I got her home, got her situated, got in the truck and went out and visited the 2 garage sales and the 2 estate sales. Didn't really find much. It's $6. I bought this. It's an old whetstone, and I bought this. It's a Wisconsin 218 medium. It's an aluminum oxide stone. Wisconsin Abrasive Company, number 218. It does have a date on the back of it. They wanted $6. I offered them 4. We settled on 5. It does have a date on the back of 5/5/46, and then it's got an 8, and I assume this is an 8-inch stone. So that's probably what that 8 is in reference to. Somewhere I have a ruler here. Yep, it's an 8-inch stone. So it's a rather old stone. Thought it was pretty neat, so picked that up. The backside's a little dished. Right there, you can probably tell there. So I'll need to level it out, but once I get leveled, it'll be fine. Then I went, the other 2 sales didn't have nothing. And then the last estate sale I went to, they had some pocket knives and a couple of belt knives. Found this one in the fishing area, and these J. Martinis have really went up in price. It is quarter off, so it's $16, so that works out to be 14, or no, I'm sorry. Quarter of 16 would be 12, $4 off. After tax, I figured $12 for one of these J. Martini fillet knives would be just fine, and needs sharpened. But all in all, it's still in good shape, and it's still got the actual scroll marking on there. It's pretty cool. So I got that for 12. Then I seen an East Wing knife. I really don't know much about these East Wing knives. In fact, I've never seen one before that I can recall. I may have seen one at a Kmart or in a packet with their axes and stuff, because I do have an East Wing geology hammer. So I do have that because I'm a geologist. But paid $18 for it, so come out to be what, $13.50 roughly after 25% off. So it's never been sharpened. I mean, it's not very sharp, but you can tell it's never been sharpened. There's a little rust down here on the inside, but I think it's probably stainless, more than likely 440 stainless. It doesn't say. The blade just says East Wing Sportsman USA. They really don't say much else on it. Well, I liked it. I thought it was neat, so picked it up. The shellacked handle's still in good shape. So give it a good sharpening, a good cleaning up. Should probably be just fine. Even the sheath is in pretty good shape. I don't know anything about them. I just don't know. So I'll do a little research on these, see what I can figure out. They had a total of 7 pocket knives. 3 were not my flavor of pocket knives. 1 I was interested in, but somebody had put it on a wheel and actually turned the edges purple all the way around, so it was ruined. But they had the Barlow here for $7, and so well, $7 minus 25%, that's worth it. And because it's in really good shape. It's an Imperial, Providence, Rhode Island, USA. So I think that tang stamp means it's made after 68. And Diamond Edge 853 DE, he's right nice on there. It's got the DE on the thing on this side and the Barlow on this side. It's typical construction with the pinned over, with the crimped over bolsters there on that. It's not loose, everything's tight. Blades are all good. It's got plenty of snap. It's a little different than my old Colonial Barlow here. And I paid a little bit more for this one than I did for that one. I think I paid $8 for this one, something like that. But it's different in the sense that it's not crimped over like that one. There's a little looseness to that bolster on that side. That side's tight, but you can hear it. Anyway, it's an old Big A Auto Parts. But I sharpened it up. She stays good and sharp. But we're not here about that one. So that one's worked out pretty good. I think that comes to $5.75 after 25% off. Then $3. Again, it's an Imperial. It's an older one, but it's got the scales and the little crimp there. It's intact. Blades are all intact on it. Same marking Rhode Island on it. Providence, USA with USA down the side. So it's not quite got the snap, but she's a little crusty and you can feel it when you move the blades. I clean it up, that'll go away. It's got the 3 patent numbers on that blade there in a row. That's important to remember for the next knife. But no, she needs a good cleaning and I think she'll be just fine. There's nothing loose on her really. I think it'll be a good knife for what, $270, $225, something like that. And this is the last one I bought, and I bought $5 for it, and it just says vintage pocket knife on it. The reason it says that is because I'm not going to try. I guess I can. Boy, it's hard to get open. First time I did, I had to use a pair of pliers when I got home because it just tears my thumbnails up to try to do it. It's already split this one a little bit. Anyway, but it just says USA here on the tang. There's no other tang stamp on it other than USA there. And if you open up, I'm going to use this because I don't want that one. That's the picture. Because it follows an Imperial thing, like Imperial does with that other knife. And on the smaller pin blade, I'm gonna go ahead and close this one because all it says is USA on it. The blade's pretty much intact. Just a little slight wear mark when we've sharpened it. It's wore there, but I can straighten that out pretty easily. It shows up actually on both blades. You can see a little wear mark right there too, where it's not quite level across there, but that can be taken care of. Anyway, it's got the 3 patent marks on it, similar to that Imperial there on the base of the pin blade. Oh man, that's really tearing my nail up. So, but it needs a good cleaning. So it's made by Imperial. Of that I am sure. And well, I thought it was a Hammer brand because the late 30s, Imperial bought Hammer out, I think in the early 30s, something like that. I'm not real big on this. I kind of know enough to get me a little ways, but not too much. If I remember right though, Imperial did buy a Hammer brand in the early to mid 30s. And then Imperial started making these, I don't know what to call that type of handle on there, but they made that throughout the late 30s, I know for sure. And I thought it was a Hammer brand, but like I said, it's not marked with anything but USA and the 3 patent numbers. So that makes me go, it's an Imperial product. Of that I am sure. Because this just got, like I said, it's just got, I don't know if you can see it, it's got big USA wrote across the bottom of that tank. That is it. I don't know if there was anything screen printed on the blade at one point. Can't tell. But I'm betting it's Imperial, pre-World War II and Imperial. Needs a lot of cleaning. It's rusty, a little bit rusty down. It's not bad, but there's a little bit of rust down there. But for $5, what does that work out to be? $375. I think it's $375 after tax. I mean, after the 25% off. So I don't think I got hurt. Nothing a good cleaner I don't think will solve. She's just real dirty and real rusty up in there. But anyway, I think I did rather well at the estate sale like I like to go to. This one I'll probably carry after I get it cleaned up real good because it's in really good shape. Old Barlow is. I mean, it's in really good shape. I like it. Never was big on Barlow knives. Daddy always thought they was cheap. He never cared for them, but I don't know. I think they're neat. The first one I had the scales came off of it eventually when I was a kid. I wasn't a kid, I was in the Army when I had that one. No, I wasn't, because I had one of these in the Army for a period of time. I had the Swiss Army knife, but for some reason I ended up with one of these. I probably bought it from somebody that bought it, didn't like it or something. I had one, but I can tell you the scales came off of it, so that's why I no longer had it. Back then, if the scales came off of Barlow, they were so cheap you just threw it away and bought you a new one. That's just the way you did. Boy, there's a lot of oil right there. That's why it's in good shape. That's all I got, guys. Hey, thank you for viewing, and I will talk to y'all later.